a Pete Primeau fan.
Thank you for having me.
Your fans are like...
What an honor to be here, Pete. You're a legend. You're a rock star.
I'm a legend in my own mind, said my wife.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
I'm Mr. Selling from the Heart. What's this guy, Larry Levine, going to teach me about selling from the heart?
You are one of the most generous and authentic people around. And I think that's why you and your show are so attractive to people.
Welcome to the Pete Primeau Show, episode 207. Less is more at the Bed and Industries of America showroom in Vegas, coming up shortly. And we are going to talk to Mr. Steve Karns, the Director of Sales for Bed and Industries of America, and all-around great guy. And let's pay the bills real quick, and let's get to Steve. If you haven't bought my book, Sell a Million, what are you waiting for? 101 tips to sell $1 million or more this year. Doesn't matter if you're a furniture store or a mattress store. It's really a marketing book. If you want a sales book, that's coming very, very, very soon. As a matter of fact, some of our industry experts have already gotten an advanced copy of Miles and Miles of Retail Selling Greatness. Unbeknownst to me, I traveled over 2 million miles in 43 years. I just figured that out recently, and hence the title of the book, How to Sell More Mattresses This Year. It's basically articles that I've written over the years, plus some that I wrote specifically for the book. And then I asked myself the question I never should have asked myself. That is, what's changed? What do they need new? And that's when I had all kinds of people, including Steve Karns, our guest, write a chapter for the book or two. So we had Brent Betterman. There's one of our authors, as a matter of fact. Randy Thompson wrote about adjustable beds. Chris Tahaney wrote about, of all things, Imagine Sleep Necessities. Could you imagine Chris Tahaney writing a couple chapters about sleep necessities? Just an amazing Jeff Giannakvo, Brent Batterman, Keith Castanguy, Mel Opp. I almost forgot Justin Trumbo. That might have been the very best chapter of the entire book. Plus, my dear friend Scott Vaughn contributed to this book too. So this book is not Pete Primeau's book. This book is my journey, and it is not a book that purports to be everything to everybody, an ABC book on everything you need to know about mattress sales. This book will help your salespeople sell more mattresses, hands down. There's no doubt about it. And as a matter of fact, in their hands, what you're seeing there, that's over 200. Well, it's over 2 years of sales meetings. If you do a sales meeting once a week, you take each chapter, cut it in half because one is too long. Vernon Williams says, happy Monday. What an amazing book. A true must read. Started yesterday and couldn't put it down. He put it down at 2:00 in the morning. If I'm not confusing it with another comment. Thank you. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate you being here. So what else? We have a couple others. Well, we have one more big sponsor, don't you? Hey, Tim McDonald. Happy Monday to you. Let's roll. One more sponsor, Mattress Industry Network Group. I almost didn't join this group thanks to Jeff Giannakvo. I did. He asked me what the heck my problem was, and I told him what my problem was, and he said, that's the wrong guy. That's another group. these are good guys. Join the group. So these are the good guys. Join the group. If you want to learn how to build, market, sell, and succeed in the mattress industry, join this group. I believe over 2,300 strong. Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Greg, for all that you do. And thank you for supporting the show. Hit that QR code right there, guys. Scan me. And that's the best picture you'll see of me all day right there. Join the group. Come on in. Ask questions. And you don't have to be in this business all alone. Sometimes as owners, we feel like we're in this business all alone. We have employees. We have some reps. And other than that, there's no contact with anyone else. This really broadens the scope. Tara, thank you for all you do, and happy Monday to you as well. Steve, I'm super excited to get this show rolling, man. Hey, Steve Karns, look at that. Thank you.
Miles and miles. I call it windshield time.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for all you do every day. And thank you for the chapter in the book that you wrote about your comfort and selection selling. So I am just dying to get this show started because we just had our sales meeting. And I think they shared with me some of the stuff. My goal for the show is to get all the nitty gritty out of you, Steve, about what is going to be happening at Bedding Industries of America in B1118 in Vegas in 2 weeks.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I actually go in early, like every market, and make sure that everything's up and ready and running. And we actually have a great team that shows up. Mike Moore out of California. We got James Short and Paul Kinnis out of the Chicago factory. Myself and Matt Connolly out of New Jersey. And we go to town.
Awesome. So after the show, I'm going to be not far from you. I'm going to be an hour away from you. God willing, sometime around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And tomorrow morning, I'll be in Lancaster. So
beautiful town.
It's a small world, small world. Are you even home, or are you somewhere else?
I actually am in the metropolis of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. That's about 1 hour from Lancaster. And as soon as we're done here, Pete, I head off to Burlington, Vermont.
Ah, you're going to be with my friend Andy.
I am.
I said hi, one of my favorite people. I don't know if you know this. He used to be my boss.
I think I did know that.
Years and years ago. Yep. He was one of my VPs of sales, and I got to go. I got to meet, work with him, which was absolutely a delight. And when it's kind of funny how this life works sometimes. I actually recruited him to BIA because I had stayed in touch with him. It was falling apart at Sherwood. And he had done a great job. As you well know, he's just a great rep. And we should call this the Andy Freeman show. Well, it was one of those things, Steve, where it was just meant to be, because everything fell into place. Like, I called Phil. Phil said, absolutely, we want to talk to him. Next thing I know, like, Stu's on the phone, right? Like, oh my Lord. It's like, I feel like I'm Moses on the hill and the burning bush, and I'm talking to, like, in a moment later, I wasn't expecting it. Stu calls me. He says, by all means, I absolutely want to talk to Andy, and I'd like to talk to Andy tonight. And I'm like, Andy, you got to call Stu, or I might be out of a job, dude.
I laugh. I think this is a very appropriate story. So when Andy, we went through the interview and all of that. Andy says, BIA, he says, wow, he goes, this is where old betting reps go to die. And so after we talked, we went into Stuart Carlitz's office and we sat down, and I looked at Stuart and I said, Andy says BIA, that's where old betting reps go to die. And Stuart leaned back in his chair and he says, no, he goes, I think this is heaven for old betting reps. And
it is. I can testify.
Yes, it is. It's it definitely BIA is definitely I call us the bad news bears, but it's just because we never give up. It's a good place to be.
Great place to be. So there's somebody out there, a retailer that owns a store, and he's like, I've been to the BIA showroom before. Yeah, I saw some things I like. It always kind of looks the same to me. What are they going to see that's different this time?
Well, we're going to have a lot of rectangles there. I'm going to tell you a little story because I'm probably a good storyteller, right? So, someone asked me a while ago, actually Tom Veras is his name. He said, why would I buy your stuff versus anybody else's stuff? And I said, it's what a manufacturer does. Okay. When when you're looking at different options, and God, what is there, 500-600 options out there for you to buy. What makes BIA different? And, I always say that the secret is in the sauce. If you're Papa John's Pizza, better pizza, better ingredients, right? If you're Snapple iced tea, made from the best stuff on earth. And I think it is now 6 years ago when Stuart had me come to the factory when I was going to retire. And I met him in the lobby of the factory, and he says, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm here on a social visit. He said, let's walk through the factory. And we walked through there, and I just started shaking my head. I went into the quoting area, and they have a big board above the quoters. Everything's coded in colors, and I'm reading the materials list that what he's quoting, from New Zealand organic wool to 1.8 20 ILD foams and 15 16s. And I'm sitting there saying, man, I haven't seen a materials list like that. And then we went over into the flat goods, and I'm looking at the latex, rows of latex piles from the floor up to the ceiling. And I go over another row and I see something I have never seen, which is our PCM foam. And I looked at that and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. A vented memory foam with PCM, loaded on the top, medical grade gel. I'm like, unreal. And I'm looking at all of the raw materials that were in this factory. And I quickly changed my mind at that moment that I wasn't going to retire, that I was going to come to work for BIA because it was what I'd been looking for. And absolutely a great stop. But so, and I told Tom when he asked me that question that, it's really about the raw materials, because, when you sell something, you want to have, you want to make money. I mean, that's number one. Whenever you're selling something, you want to make money. But a lot of times we forget the back end will kill us as quick as, the sale. Right. And so you sell it, and then, down the road, you have something wrong with the bed, and you got to do a redelivery, or even if a customer has to bring the old bed back and pick up another one at your store, it just costs money. And that's one thing that I can honestly say that we're not pure. There's always something that goes wrong, but man, you can count those events on your hands. It's a very, very minimum, best I've ever been exposed to. I mean, it reminds me of the beginning of my career when there wasn't returns. That's how it is at BIA. And again, it's all about making money. So I had another dealer just ask me, why should I come, to the BIA showroom in Vegas? And I sat there and I, sort of joked like I just did a minute ago about, well, we got a sea of rectangles there. And I said, really, a mattress is nothing more than a football. And Pete, you'll like this analogy. Footballs don't win games, do they? All right. And what wins games is the coaches and the players, right? And I honestly think that we have some of the best aggressive coaches that you will find in the industry, from Stuart to Phil to Jared to Steve Shortino. These aren't old guys other than Stuart and myself, right? But we got a new team of 40-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds that are highly talented. And, they're our coaches. They're the guys that are leading us through, how to get to where we need to be. And then we have the players, and the players is Pete Primeau, it's Steve Karns, it's James Short, it's Paul Kinnis, it's Mike Moore, and all of our teams that work for us. And, it is that's going to make a difference on your floor over the life of the business. Not to mention that most of our deliveries come on company trucks, and you get to have relationships with our drivers, like a Nick Malley out of New Jersey. I met several of your drivers at different events, and they're absolutely excellent. And that's just so cool when you get a personal relationship. I think a lot of times people forget that we're really family run. It's the Carlitz family, and we're not a conglomerate industrial capital venture group run. You're still dealing with a close-knit family.
When I was recruiting Andy, that was one of the hot buttons I hit. I said, you got to, I can't vouch for what's going to be out in New Jersey, but I can tell you that in Ohio, I have the absolute two best drivers in over 30 years, 35 years at that point. When I talked to Andy, I think 35, 36 years. I'm at 43 and counting now. In Jeff and Rocky, the very two best drivers from the same company in the same state. So just phenomenal. And that was one of the things that was driving him crazy about his last manufacturer. He had people that didn't speak English delivering when they wanted to, how they wanted to, throw in mattresses off the edge of the truck at dealers. It was a show. Our guys are absolutely the best in the industry, hands down. So factory owned trucks and truck drivers who are actually employees of the company and not a contracted deal where they don't care. You were about to say something, my friend.
Oh, we just forget so much, and even our accounting. I mean, when I get a phone call, if a credit needs to be issued, it's issued that day. I mean, it's just, it's a whole different way of doing business. It's the way it used to be done. And, it makes it a lot more fun when you're not chasing every little detail of your business down. And that really makes a huge difference. And I think a lot of times we forget to even talk about that. And it is important.
One of the things, despite our best efforts, Steve, we are like the best kept secret in the industry when it comes to latex. And when it comes to private label, like it's like we do more private label than anybody else. It's maybe the top 3 or 4 combined don't come close to what we do. And we buy more latex than companies that all they do is make latex mattresses.
Yep.
More.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, we're going to have a few of our new Embrace beds there. We switched to a Goals certified latex, which is global organic latex. And again, I get out in the factory, I walk through the plant, I look at our raw materials when they come in, I see how it's shipped in. And I'm going to tell you, our new Goals latex is the cleanest latex that's ever come in. It's the highest quality latex that I've ever seen come in with the proprietary production, manufacturing of that latex. We're buying it in 3 distinct feels, from a soft to a medium to a firm core. We're selling the living bejeebies out of the latex, especially up in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. The latex is we're doing 2 12-inch beds. One is 85 kg the whole way up through. So it's a firm bed the whole way up to the top. It's still being it's latex, somebody said, well, what's the difference between latex and memory foam? And I said, you basically, the best way to demonstrate it is if I have a stack of memory foam or gel memory foam on the floor, and let's just say it's a 6 foot tall stack of foam, and there's a stack of latex 6 foot tall next to it. If I hop up on the gel memory foam, it'll contour to my body shape. And as I sit there, I will continue to sink, and I'll just continue to go down and down and down and down and down. And it's like there's never a bottom. I just continue to press my way down into the stack of gel memory foam or memory foam. If I move right over to the latex and I hop up on a 6 foot stack, it'll just mold to my body shape. But as I go down, I'll hit my point, and then I just stay right there. I don't go down anymore. It's much more buoyant, just as contouring as your memory foam. And they said, well, how can that be? How can it be as just as contouring as memory foam? And I said, well, you got to imagine in your mind that there's a million little microscopic rubber bands in there, and each one stretching to meet your body shape. And it is just an incredible material, and we don't really sell some of the better benefits of latex. Not only is it so contouring, it is all natural. It comes out of a tree, and in our case, it's all organic material. And it's basically, it's a sap that comes out of the rubber tree. In our process, they actually take that sap after they centrifuge it to get water and any type of material that maybe bark or whatever that comes off the trees out of it. They basically beat that latex into a batter, and they will beat that batter up to 18 hours, and that makes it sort of thick cake-like. And then they pour that into a cake pan. All right, size of a mattress, and that pan has aluminum spikes in it, and those spikes are to transfer heat into the center of that cake, so that it cooks at the same rate as the top and the bottom. And when we pull that latex after it's been vulcanized, that's after it's baked, we pull it out of the pan. And we sell those little holes as vent holes, but they're actually in there for the curing of the product. And but the latex, even without the pinholes in it, has a lot of airflow through it. It'll actually have more CFMs than any type of urethane foam, and that's because it's a very open cell material that allows for a great airflow. And so we do. We're going to have two 12-inch all latex beds there. I think we're going to do one or two in a split head. I think we're going to have a 10-inch there, which I think we have scheduled a 3-inch all latex topper. We're going to sample a new cover at the market. Those covers will be a four-way stretch. We're going to see what the reaction is from the retailers on that cover. It's a little departure from the all-white cheese blocks that's known in that industry. We're going to sample that at market, see how well it does. Our preliminary on it with a few dealers has been very, very positive. So that's the latex program. Again, I'm a big fan of latex. It's what I sleep on. I might have told you this story, Pete, but my wife was suffering a little bit of fibromyalgia, and she had been, through all the doctors, all the tests and everything. And I brought home a 3-inch latex topper, a soft one, and put it on the bed, and she never complains anymore. It's like it was a great success, to help her with her problem, and that says a lot.
Hey, Chris Dehaney. Chris Dehaney says, always good to see Pete Primeau. Always good to see Steve. Always good to see them having conversations together like this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my absolute joys. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Anybody that's watching that does not know what fibromyalgia is, it makes you very, very sensitive to touch. And a lot of things hurt you when you have fibromyalgia. So that's saying a lot. Chris, can you pull Gordon's? Yeah, thank you. You read my mind. Gordon says, thanks, Steve, for the excellent explanation of the difference between latex versus memory foam. Easy for retail shoppers to understand. Thank you, Gordon, for being here, man. You're working more in your retirement than you were before, brother. My easy thing with memory foam and latex, overly easy and overly simplified, is you want to sleep on it or you want to sleep in it? On it or in it?
Yep.
And here's one of the interesting things, when somebody buys, the brand of the day in memory foam without being exposed to latex, which is 180-degree different feel, they're being cheated, because they should be able to lay on both and gravitate to whichever one feels the best for them. And when we don't show our retail customer something, we cheat them out of that experience.
One of the things that I laugh about, and we did this several years ago at our company meeting, is we went around the room and we asked all the executives of the team, what do you sleep on at home? And it was either a latex hybrid or an all latex mattress. And I just thought that was mind-boggling. When we have the latest technologies, we have everything at our fingertips, and you ask all of the upper executives in the company what they sleep on, and they all say latex or a variation of latex. I think it tells the story more than anything else that you can do.
Yeah, there has not been a study that has been published that says anything differently. When you ask the executives of all the companies what they sleep on, it's like 80 or 90% of them are sleeping on latex, and most of them don't even offer latex, which is crazy. Yep. The Doug Stewart effect. Yes, you're 100% right, Chris. You probably just read that in my book. When we withhold exposing a customer to a product, we essentially remove that as a choice. And when we do that, we're making a decision for someone without them agreeing to not. So,
Yep. So, we talk about that temperature neutral part of latex. And I laugh because, as a segue to our next conversation, which is the chill beds, PCM is a big part of our chill beds that we're going to have there. And, PCM is phase change material. It's impregnated into the fabric that we're using on this new bed. And I remember a gentleman by the name of Bob Malin when back in my day, and he handed me a pair of socks that were Outlast socks, and he said, "Steve, I want you to put these on," and he goes, "And wear them, and then tell me what you find." And I put them on, and I wore them the next day, and Bob came up and he goes, "Hey, so tell me what do you think about those socks?" And I said, "Well, honestly, Bob," I said, "I didn't notice anything." And he goes, "That's the point. Your feet didn't get hot. They didn't get cold. It was a temperature regulation sock." And I sat there and I said, wow, thinking back now, without being known that's what it was, I know my feet never got hot. They never got cold. Temperature neutral or temperature regulated. And that's what these PCM covers do. Now, when you first touch them, they're cool to the touch, but as you sleep on them, they're actually set at 86 degrees, which is the temperature of your body at the skin. And phase change means that it's going from a solid material to a liquid material. And these are micro encapsulated paraffin beads that are actually in the yarn. And there's millions of them in that cover. And they're encapsulated, so they're not going to leak out or anything like that. But what happens is you get warm, it takes that solid paraffin, it makes it into a liquid. And what that does, it absorbs the heat away from the sleeper. As you cool off, that paraffin cools off and it goes from a liquid back to a solid, and it releases a little bit of that heat back to you. So instead of being too hot, too cold, too hot, too cold, it puts you in the middle, and you never get too hot or too cold. As I like to say, it's probably one of the hardest things to sell. Anyhow, I think it is, because it's one of those, like my sock story, it's unnoticed unless you pay attention to the fine detail. And it really works. It's a great benefit to a mattress. It's a great benefit to the sleeper. And our new chill beds, which we're going to have there in your comfort choice of 5 different feels. With these new chill beds, we're actually adding an inch of copper infused 4-pound memory foam. So you're going to have a bed that is super contouring. You're going to have it with the phase change material in it. You're going to have it in 1 to 5, extra firm to luxury plush comforts. And that is without a doubt, if there's any one thing you need to come see, it's this Your Comfort sales pitch. And I tell people all the time, when you
James,
Hey,
when you if you don't get Your Comfort, you're really missing the biggest thing that's happened in the bedding industry in the last 2-3 years. And it is a game changer. And I'm going to tell you, I have the guys I'm going to be visiting this week, the guys that I seem to be working with on a day in, day out basis are the guys that have embraced the Your Comfort selling philosophy, and they are on a roll. As tough as business was in 2024, We did a quick analysis of our accounts. I think 80% of our accounts were down. They were down anywhere from 1 to 24%. Of the 20% that were up, there were none that were 0 to 10%. They were all 10 to 30% up on the year. And I want to tell you, that is how you have a good year. It's really exciting. And we have, the Your Comfort system continues to evolve. We have expanded it multiple times in multiple different ways. I get educated, I think, every single day from everything from our internet service people on how we're going to put this onto the web, to salespeople that come up to me when I walk into the store. And you want to talk about the biggest satisfaction I get in my career? It's when I walk onto a sales floor and I have a salesperson, I don't even know who they are, and they walk up to me and say, "Mr. Karns, I just want to let you know, I love Your Comfort. It's so easy. I can sell beds so easy now." And I want to tell you what, that's huge. And I've had owners of stores come in and say, what you did is you took the bottom 80% of my salespeople and made them my top performers. And those are huge comments that I never got before in my career, and I tried hard.
Yeah, Your Comfort solves a problem, and the problem that we have is sales pros that get up to speed quickly and are able to function well selling mattresses. One of our mutual friends just had a customer, did technology selling at the beginning, so exposed the customer to a number bed, to a latex bed, to a memory foam bed, and a hybrid. Customer gravitated towards the memory foam, could not find the exact right fit for the memory foam with the Tempur-Pedics, and was taken over to our Your Comfort, right? Our memory foam, and within 5 minutes was being written up for a number 4 that they were so happy with. They couldn't believe that the other manufacturer didn't have that feel, but here we had it, and it felt great. It looked great. It was great. And it worked exactly the way it's supposed to work. It's like, try the number 3. Would you like it a little firmer, a little plusher? I'd like it a little firmer. Up. That's perfect. Write me up. It didn't go any further than that. It was over. And it's a beautiful thing when we make selling fun and easy the way it's supposed to be. James, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you guys.
We have not talked about what's new with Harvest. So if you want to talk about what's new with Harvest, I would love you to do that.
Sure. Harvest, there's going to be some slight changes, and it's very much like the title of your show, Pete. Less is more. Harvest continues to grow. It's one of our strongest brands. Given the concept and the way that we work with our retail partners and the way we partner up with people with Harvest is really its strongest suit. But our goal with Harvest is to make it even stronger. And given the fact that Harvest is an e-commerce brand, it's a great hybrid brand, right? We have a substantial amount of brick and mortar presence with that brand. But first and foremost, it's a digital brand. So with that being said, our product didn't necessarily reflect an e-commerce friendly brand because we had a few models that were LTL. So what we have decided to do is move to a more e-commerce friendly product line. And what we're going to do is make sure that all products that we have are e-commerce friendly. So we're not dealing with the cumbersome LTL portion of that to make the consumer's life easier and make our
James,
dealer's life easier.
you dove the whole way deep into it. I'm new to the industry. What's Harvest? I mean, I don't even get it. Why do I want to have e-commerce on my floor?
Well, Harvest is a brand. At BIA, what we do mainly, our main function at BIA is to figure out a better way to work with our retail partners. And Harvest is a co-op brand. It's sort of a partnership that we have. We have a digital relationship with our retail partners, and we also have a brick and mortar partnership with our retail partners. And what we do is we grant partnerships to various partners across the country, and we set that dealer up with an arranged contractual commitment to market the Harvest brand around their store in their area. And being a co-op brand, we pay that retail partner for all transactions that happen on any given platform within their area. So if we set up a dealer in Chicagoland, we give them multiple zip codes around their store, what we're saying is we will pay that dealer for any transactions that happen on our website, whether it come in through our social feed or happen directly on our website. We will give the retail profit on that transaction within their store. And Harvest is a more healthier and organic or a healthier choice in the bedding side that really just focuses on clean room air, healthier room air. So limit VOCs, all Green Guard Gold certified product. And
so they're really latex hybrids, right?
Correct. Yeah. Pocketed coil with Dunlop latex we're using.
Yep. So, and honestly, that this is a revenue share program. So if a consumer would go on our website, the national website, and they make a purchase and it gets delivered into the retailer's area, do they make any money at that point?
They'll make the retail side of that transaction.
So you're saying that the consumer never went into the store, never went on that dealer's website, went to your website, the national platform, made a purchase, and he gets the profit off the sale?
100%. There's nothing else like it in the industry. Harvest is, I can't believe to this day, it's still the only platform out there that is partnering up in this way, because I really think it's the future.
So what retailer in their right mind across America wouldn't want to get involved in this program?
Nobody at all levels, even at the high level down to the everyday dealer should want to get involved and sort of carve out their market.
So they must really be expensive then.
They are very competitive within the marketplace. We're actually a little bit lower than some of the bigger guys out there, like an Avocado.
So like $3,000-$4,000 retails, is that what you're talking about?
No, we are talking $1,800 retail.
Pete, that's what you call leading the horse to the trough.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say, man. As low as 1,800, it goes up from there.
Right. Well, as low as 1,100, and then it goes to 1,800.
1,100 for a twin?
1,100 for Harvest Essentials, which is the entry level.
What size is that?
That's queen.
Queen size for 1,100.
Queen size, correct.
Is that a comfortable bed? Would you sleep on it?
Absolutely. My daughter sleeps on one now.
There you go.
And I sleep on the pillow top.
There you have it, Pete.
I know.
Another good reason to come into BIA, because I'm going to tell you, you need to get educated on Harvest Green.
That's
a phenomenal program. Nobody else in the industry has it.
Steve, that little interaction just made me think of like my cousin Vinny when the wife is on the stand
exactly. There. Exactly.
You're Joe Pesci in that scenario. So
yeah. Well, by the way, what I just did to you is what my father did to me growing up. I'd go to him, Dad, I have a problem. And he would never give me the answer. He'd just give me questions, one question after another. And he'd lead me to the trough, to the right answer.
And that's what the best sales managers do too.
Yep.
They absolutely.
Without a doubt.
And after you put them through the ringer a few times, you say, now, please don't bring me a problem unless you already have some solutions, because you know where this is going to go. So just shortcut it for both of us. So
Pete, that's 3. We got all natural gold certified latex beds. That's one reason to come in. We got the chill beds. That's with the Your Comfort system. That's 2 reasons to come in. Number 3, Harvest. All right.
Got more than that.
That's what we want to go to. Number 4.
Well, listen, tufted beds are a thing, and tufted beds are positioned very high in the marketplace. And there's nobody better at tufted beds than BIA. Nobody.
So you want to go right to the top? Let's talk about Millbrook.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah. So I will say that I'm probably the most excited about our launch of the domestic Millbrooks that we're going to have at the Las Vegas market. Millbrook has caught the imaginations of a lot of retailers across the country. I just talked to 9 dealers last week about our new domestic program. And what we did is using the Millbrook, I'm going to say, philosophy of making a bed. We're using the Millbrook covers, the viscose cover. We're putting a Tasha Silk Pure Bat in that bed. We are using the Hampshire wool, which is your British Isle wool. We're using organic latex. We are using a double stack nested coil that has the outside perimeter of those coils are 13 gauge wire. So you have a great built-in edge. We're using wool cotton densified pads between the springs and on top of them. All of these beds are 2-sided. They are all hand tufted. They are masterpieces as far as a bed can be. I always, when somebody said, well, what's a quick explanation of Millbrook? And I said, well, if there never was the invention of a one-sided bed, this is where the high end of 2-sided beds would end up. And these are really world-class mattresses. Even though I say we produce them domestically, we're producing them in our factories. These are what you would find, in a real high-end department store in London. This is or Paris or Cologne. These are incredible mattresses. And we did them as a firm with a double stack nested coil. We did a medium, and then I did a plush pillow top, which will be on display. And then we also kept in the lineup our Hampshire model, where we put that I don't know what it is, 5-7 inch deluxe duvet topper on it. That is also a 2-sided hand tufted topper. Pete, when someone stops by the showroom and they look at me and they said, "You got 5 minutes, what can you tell me?" I always say, "Yeah, follow me." And I walk them over to that bed and I have them hop up on the Millbrook Hampshire with the duvet. And I said, "Hop up on that bed." And they hop up on it and they go, "Wow." And I sat there and go, "Well, that's your 5 minutes. Just lay there. And when you want to make an appointment, let me know." Because that is a wow bed. And these 3 new beds coming out. I shipped the samples into one of my customers up in New England, and they put the pillow top down on the floor, and it wasn't down for 15 minutes. A customer came in. Now I shipped them in so they could sample them. The guy, customer came in. They said, well, let me get your opinion. Laid down on this bed, laid on it, and bought it. And so I know these are really going to do extremely well. The really cool part is this is a long ball. This is a long margin for our retailers. This is a place where it can be a huge profit center for that store. And it also gives you a great umbrella product that all other products can stand under. That's number 4.
Where you want to go next, brother?
Well, I think we should talk about ice.
Absolutely.
James knows a lot about ice.
A lot about ice, huh?
Yeah, you have it in your cocktails, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ice is going to be great. Like Paul says, our new partner, ICE is going to be the program where there is 0 no's. We won't tell anybody no on anything. Is it tufted? Yes. Can we roll pack it? Yes. Does it have cooling cover? Yes. Does it have this? Yes. It's
split head.
It's split head. Yes. It's all across the board. There'll be check boxes for yes.
So you have model with latex?
Yes.
Do you have nano coils?
Yes.
Oh, wow. How about copper infused or memory foam or whatever?
Of course we
got that
yes.
too. Yes. Handles.
Yes.
Oh boy.
100%. See, it's so easy. It's so easy.
That is a yes. Yes,
that
sir.
will actually that'll be front and center in the showroom.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't tell me no. Don't tell me no.
It's catching. Yes, it will be. So we're going to actually have 2 split head beds in king size there, and then I will have 3 other beds. Basically, we're going to do a 1 to 5 there, but we'll have them in different firmness levels or different quality levels. There's actually 3 different steps of product in the ICE program. All new border treatment on these beds. Yes, I think these are going to be a home run hit, and that's number 5. 5th reason to stop into the BIA. Now, Pete, we got a few more minutes. Should we go to number 6?
Absolutely, we should.
Okay. Well, we have a new collection of beds that are coming in, and that collection is called the New Heritage. And I'm going to tell you that I have experience with these beds. I will bet that the New Heritage products, and by the way, last market we introduced the Heritage models with that great looking cover. We had great success with it, and we had a bunch of retailers ask us if we could elevate the price point. So that's why we came out with this New Heritage. I call it a latex sandwich in €1. So they're foam encased, pocketed spring units on the bottom. And then what we did is we used our 3 different weighted latexes, an 85 kg, a 65 kg, and a 55 kg. And I surrounded it a layer on top, a layer on the bottom, and a nano coil in the middle. That's where I get my latex sandwich. And we put that up in the €1 of each one of these beds. And so you get an extra firm, a medium, and a plush.
Steve, I'm trying to block them right now. They're right behind me.
Oh, there you are. There you go. So I truly believe that these are going to be some of the best feeling mattresses at the show. I'm super excited to see to see the reaction from the retailers. They're all natural covers on them. We use wool as the FR in it, so that it's all natural, no chemicals added, breathable surfaces. You want something that's a showstopper for 2025. These new heritage models are going to just absolutely stand out. That was number 6. Should we go to number 7?
You have a number 7?
We have a number 7.
Oh, this is the good stuff. Let's go.
Yep. So what we are going to do is because we have a lot of West Coast dealers that come to the Vegas market, not only the East Coast and the Midwest guys or the Southeast guys or the South Central guys. What we did is we had Mike Moore and his team basically develop what we call the rack. And the rack is going to be aggressive price points to compete in your marketplaces that will be second to none. And I think, when you come to market, you need solutions. And, I think we have demonstrated that we're going to have many solutions. As a matter of fact, probably the 7 wonders of the mattress industry we just talked about.
That's exciting. Hey, Bert, how are you? Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate you hopping in and saying hi to us.
Hey, Andrew.
Andrew, I was going too fast. I got my last name and first name backwards. Andrew, thanks for being here. All right. So, man, it's almost over. I'm going to try to go really quick, and then I want you to clean up behind me, Karns. You ready?
Yep.
New organic latex embrace, new chill, new Millbrook, new updated harvest, new ice collection, new heritage collection, and then the rack.
The rack.
7 reasons you should come to Bedding Industries of America. And I'm going to say this. If I've ever heard a criticism about our space, it's you're too busy. I couldn't even get in it.
Yeah.
We actually have spread it out a little bit. There's probably a few less models in there, bigger spaces, more space. Come on in. We want you there. B1118, guys. Do not miss it. Steve and James, clean up behind me.
I'll go first. Steve.
Okay, you go ahead, James.
So we look forward to seeing anybody and everybody that comes. But just the one thing to keep in mind, like I said earlier, BIA at our core, this better industry adaptation, this line that I always like to use. In today's environment, as a company, we are just looking to figure out different ways to partner up with people because the environment is changing, and it's changing quick, and it's changing every day. But we are your solution-based partner, and we look forward to seeing everybody that stops in.
Steve, close it out, brother.
Well, do you go to market to find goods and merchandise? Do you go to market to come up with creative ideas to improve your business? Or do you come to market for all of that? And the answer is that if you come to market for all of that, BIA needs to be on your stop list. We will have Joe McCahey, who is our Director of Internet Services, in our showroom. Joe and I have become a lot closer than we've known each other for probably 15 years. But in the last year, I talked to Joe almost every single day. We're driving so much business into our retailers' websites through some of the stuff that he does. I have one retailer I've been working with this last month. We've increased his mattress impressions on his websites by 350%. Pete, you know how much increase that is? That's huge, right? And we do that every single place that we park Joe. I'm going to tell you, it is what makes us win. We win with merchandise. We win with our team. We talked about that at the very beginning of the show. We have excellent deliveries. We have an incredible accounting department, and then you throw our internet services and that end of it into it. Let's not forget about the harvest and the revenue share program and all those other just absolutely fascinating things that you can find at BIA. We truly are the seventh wonder of the mattress industry.
Steve, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
You can either email me or call me. I think you have that posted on your page, but my phone number is 717-554-5370. That is my direct cell number. And by the way, I answer on the evenings and the weekends.
I can testify.
Yes. He does indeed.
Yep.
James, how do we get a hold of you? Somebody wants to talk more about harvest or anything that we discussed.
Awesome. James at ilsleep.com.
Okay.
And then just like Steve, you can call me anytime. My phone number is 217-377-2464.
2464?
Correct.
I've called it a time or two. Guys, thanks for being here.
Pete, thank you. By the way, before we go,
Yeah.
I just want to say that, we have a California factory. It's in Rialto, California. And I just, love to say a little prayer to all those people in Southern California, Los Angeles County. It's absolutely devastating what's happened out there. And if I know several people that have lost their homes and churches and schools and grocery stores. And this is going to be a very long recovery. And let's just hope that the Santa Ana winds hold off tomorrow and the next day a little bit, because that could rekindle some of these fires. And I just put them all in our prayers. And I just wanted to add that to the show.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you, RJ, Tara, Tim, Krista Haney, Gordon Heck, and Andrew Burt for stopping in and saying hi to us. Looking forward to seeing everybody at market. B1118 or B Square. Do you want to be a square? Come have fun with us. I'm going to tell you one thing real quick about our showroom. The minute you walk into our showroom, it is a great feeling. It is positivity. It is energy. It has got to be the funnest showroom I've ever walked into in my entire career. So come on in and see what we have to offer. And don't forget, we are the private label kings of the world. In addition to everything that we just said. So thanks, guys. Have fun and sell a million.